ott a tank. Hát ha most a hátteredbe kell ott megjelennie. Ott megy ott a hangerben. Ugye azért, mert odaálltam most előre. Ott a izé mellett. De izében nem vettek rajta. Mindegy nyelven is. Pozor, pozor. Nem most mutatod világban, ugye? Ja, tényleg ilyen jó, de pusztultam fel. Tanultam.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Slovakia. This is Slovakia. This is Slovakia Ring, and this is the FIA Central European Zone Championship, and this is the Grand Prix of Slovakia. We are starting with the first class of the weekend, with the first race of the weekend of the FIA CEST Zone Championship, and this is the Renault Clio Cup Bohemia, maybe one of the most exciting Cup Series championship in the world, especially to me, because what we are getting this season from the top guys on the top of the grid, this is something absolutely sensational. It's a great battle for the championship title in Clio Cup Bohemia 2026 season between, you can see on the front of the grid, with number one starting from the pole position, it is the Czech hero Tomáš Pékas, who was yesterday the only driver who put his best time in qualifying under 2 minutes and 27 seconds, 2:26.9 for Tomáš Pékas in qualifying, which means he is starting the first race in a few minutes from the pole position. But it will be, and I truly believe, this is going to be another great battle for the first place between Tomáš Pékas and the driver with number 96 on his white and green Clio Cup car. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Bartolomiej Mirecki, who is actually leading the championship with the large gap of 47 points between him and Tomáš Pékas, starting from the pole position. Right now, we do have 6 races to go in the 2026 campaign, and I believe it is going to be a great final showdown for the championship title between these two guys, because Bartolomiej Mirecki, he was very good on Most circuit at the end of July, and that was the place which was not so happy for Tomáš Pékas, because after several accidents he was losing points, losing time, and now it's time for him to gain again, to pick up the pace again and be the quickest, because the time is running up for the championship title. So Bartolomiej Mirecki, he holds the advantage. As I said, he is the championship leader with the gap of 47 points between him and Tomáš Pékas, starting from the first place today. But anything can happen into the first corner, and we have seen that many times, that these cup races, especially in Clio Cup Bohemia, are so exciting. The second row on the grid with number 24, it is Filip Zivok, another Polish guy, but a teammate of Tomáš Pékas, another orange and black car of Carpex Service, plus we have number 191. This is the Italian Luca Franca. So we do have two Polish guys, one Czech guy on the pole position, and a guy from Italy, Luca Franca, starting from the fourth place on the grid. And behind these two guys, another quick guys. It is Alan Kluza, of course, and with number 99, be aware of this guy, Rafał Paprota. He has shown some serious pace in Most, so I'm so excited to see Rafał Paprota doing his things actually again here on Slovakia Ring, because Rafał Paprota, I mean, he is in this serious business and he can be very quick. He is a very determined driver, fierce and dedicated, and I believe also Rafał Paprota will be in the fight for the championship. I mean, maybe not for the championship this year, but actually he will be, and I truly believe he will be in the fight for the first place in this race, the first race of Clio Cup Bohemia here on Slovakia Ring, which is the opening race for us of the 2026 Slovakian Grand Prix, which is of course a great event for all the Slovakian fans. We have so many fans on the grandstand watching the races from the very beginning of the day. And one more guy with number 68, Julian Smiechowski. He's also going to be very quick. Let's clear the grid right now, because the sign was shown to us, so we must clear the grid right now. But make sure you are joining us live for the race itself. We are starting live in a few minutes. Enjoy! So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, good afternoon, hello and welcome, wherever from are you joining us live right now for the first race of the Grand Prix of Slovakia 2026. My name is Jiří Schlegel and I'm so happy to provide you with my commentary again for these amazing and exciting races of the FIA Central European Zone Championship, starting with the Clio Cup Bohemia, which is, as I said on the starting grid, for me one of the most exciting and most competitive championship in the world, as we do have over 25 Clio Cup cars, 5 on the grid is the 5th spec of this car. It's the championship we've been following closely since 2011, and it's great to have it on the grid, thanks to Mr. Krenek and his promotion team, and I believe you are going to enjoy this as much as I am going to enjoy this race. 2 races here on Slovakia Ring ahead of us, which means we do have 6 races to go in 2026 campaign, and I believe it can't be more exciting because we do have a great championship battle between the 2 guys. Starting the first race from the first row here on Slovakia Ring, it is Tomáš Pekář with the Czech flag on the roof of his orange Clio Cup car, and just next to him it is Bartolomiej Mirecki starting in his white and green Clio Cup car, number 96. Bartolomiej Mirecki is the championship leader after the 2 races in Most, which were really unlucky for the home hero Tomáš Pekář, but as I said, still 6 races to go, still plenty of points to grab, and we are just starting the campaign here in Slovakia, and still there is a huge chance for Tomáš Pekář to bounce back, let's say, and fight for more points. We are waiting for the sign of the green flag. Here is it, which means we are ready to go racing for the first time, and lights are out and we are racing for the first time this weekend. Oh no, there was a problem. There was a problem already for, I believe, Filip Zivok. I hope it wasn't Tomáš Pekář. No, Tomáš Pekář is still in there in the first place, trying to defend the first place, but he is not successful by doing so. There is a new race leader, and it is Bartolomiej Mirecki already. So again, it is a great battle between Bartolomiej Mirecki and Tomáš Pekář for the first place. And here we go. Over the horizon for the first time. This is one of the most famous things about Slovakia Ring. We are racing across the horizons, above the horizons, which makes this racetrack so exciting. I mean, historically, we've witnessed world races here, including World Touring Car Cup and the FIM Endurance World Championship, which also took place with endurance motorbike races here on this racing facility close to Dunajská Streda, close to Bratislava. So we are in the heart of Slovakia, and this is the most famous Slovakian racing facility in the world. It's the world famous racetrack, and it's so great to be back for the Slovakian Grand Prix and to watch these races of the FIA Central European Zone Championship here on Slovakia Ring. So let's be focused on the race because the battles are going on already. So many drivers locking up into this left-handed corner, but I'm wondering how is the situation up in the front, because we saw a great starting reaction by Bartolomiej Mirecki, who overtook Tomáš Pekář just after the race has started, which means that Bartolomiej Mirecki should be the race leader at the moment, and I can see that also from various angles of the other cameras and drones we have available here on Slovakia Ring. Yes, so I can confirm that Bartolomiej Mirecki is the race leader at the moment. Here is it, the front of the field is being led by the Polish guy who is also the championship leader with the large gap of 47 points between him and Tomáš Pekář. This is absolutely crucial for Tomáš Pekář. He needs to overtake Bartolomiej Mirecki. He needs to be better than him in every single race to the end of the season, which is going to be extremely complicated for Tomáš Pekář, but we know how quick he is and we know that he can do it. 22 minutes to go. It's a classic race format of 25 minutes. It's a classic 25 minutes long sprint race of the Clio Cup Bohemia here in Slovakia, and we are in the next lap already. Slovakia Ring is actually one of the longer circuits of the championship if we take a closer look on the calendar. Last time we were racing at the end of July in Most, which is the famous Czech track with the length of 4.2 kilometers, but this is actually a longer racetrack here in Slovakia, so we are also having higher lap times. Actually, if I take a look back at the qualifying which took place yesterday, it is, as I said, on the starting grid. Tomáš Pekař was the only driver here who broke the time of 2:27 per lap. He did 2:26.9, which was absolutely the best qualifying lap we saw yesterday. Behind him it was Bartolomiej Mirecki with 2:27.07, which means Bartolomiej Mirecki lost 1/10 of a second in the qualifying in his fight against Tomáš Pekař, but the most important points are being awarded after the race, and right now Bartolomiej Mirecki is in better position after the start from second place. He still leads the way with the gap over 0.2 of a second between him and Tomáš Pekař in second place. Julian Smiechowski in P3, just ahead of Rafał Paprota, and Pavel Wismik, another Polish racer, is there in fifth place. Then we got the best Slovenian guys, Miha Primožič and Jörg Sodnik in P6 and P7 respectively, Oskar Marszalkowski in P8, ninth place for Luca Franca, the Italian I was talking about on the starting grid, and then it is Matic Presa, another guy from Slovenia, in P10. 20 minutes to go, and another great battles on the racetrack, so let's wait and see what's going to happen here on the main straight of the Slovakia Ring. And look at the battle between these two guys up in the front. Tomáš Pekař is trying to find a way from the outside, but not this time. This wasn't the right moment for overtaking. Meanwhile, Bartolomiej Mirecki, he set the fastest lap of the race so far with 2:27.421. But just behind him, Tomáš Pekař 2:27.432, which means it is absolutely nose-to-tail racing between these two guys, Mirecki and Pekař. As you can see again, Tomáš Pekař, maybe he was trying to find a way through the inside, but Bartolomiej Mirecki was, let's say, very sensitive. He knew that he is going to try it at that corner, so he closed the door, and again it is a status quo between Bartolomiej Mirecki and Tomáš Pekař, but these are not the only two guys racing each other for the first place. Julian Smiechowski again, he has a very strong pace here, and he is already in third place in his blue, black and orange car, number 68. So right now it's a fight of three cars for the first place in this race, Mirecki, Pekař and Smiechowski. And then there is a gap between Smiechowski and Paprota in fourth, Wismik in fifth, Primožič in sixth, Sodnik in seventh, and now it's Matic Presa in P8, which means this Slovenian overtook Luca Franca last time around. Again, going over the horizon, it's the back straight of the Slovakia Ring, and again there will be another attempt from Tomáš Pekař, who is desperately trying to find his way ahead of Bartolomiej Mirecki, but he is very good in keeping the defensive line. Oh, there was a small mistake done by Julian Smiechowski. But fortunately for him, he managed to catch the car, and he is in the racing line again. So into the first corner again. And one more time, Pekař is trying to go round the outside around Mirecki, but that is very complicated into the first corner. Still Bartolomiej Mirecki in the ideal racing line. And still no chance for Pekash, but now Mirecki is under huge pressure from Pekash. Over the horizon again. But still Mirecki in the lead, just ahead of Pekash, Smiechowski, Paprota and Wismik. Also Paprota and Wismik are getting closer and closer to these three guys fighting for the first place. You can see Rafael Paprota in the white and red car trying to find a way around the outside, around Smiechowski. So we have 4 drivers fighting for the first place in the first race of the Clio Cup Bohemia here on Slovakia Ring at the moment. And this is another great showdown for the race winner here in Slovakia. If I take a look at the point standings, Bartolomiej Mirecki has already won 5 races this season, and especially the race weekend in Most was absolutely brilliant for him as he won both races. And Tomáš Pekaš did not finish the first race, and he only took 15 points from the race number 2. And that is the reason why there is a large gap between Mirecki and Pekaš. And now Pekaš under huge pressure. And there was a touch. There was a touch between Julian Smiechowski and Tomáš Pekaš. Tomáš Pekaš was almost spun around by Julian Smiechowski, but still in the game. And as you can see, this is only good news for Bartolomiej Mirecki, because as Tomáš Pekaš is being under huge pressure from Julian Smiechowski, Bartolomiej Mirecki is free to go, and he is pulling a gap between him and Tomáš Pekaš. So this is a good situation for Bartolomiej Mirecki at the moment. The Polish guy is, let's say, accidentally helping him in building a gap between him and the rest of the field. So right now Bartolomiej Mirecki is not under pressure. On the other hand, Tomáš Pekaš sees the other guys in his mirrors, and this is a tough situation. But it has lasted only for a moment. After going on the main straight, Pekaš is closer again. He used the slipstream on the main straight, and he was going over the horizon again, just a few inches behind Bartolomiej Mirecki. So again, nose to tail between these 3 guys, and now Smiechowski goes for it, and Smiechowski takes the second place. This was bold move done by Julian Smiechowski, who is right now in second place. This was some great overtaking done by Julian Smiechowski, and again, I know very well that this young Polish guy is fierce and dedicated, and he is hungry for more, absolutely. This was a great overtake, well planned actually. Julian Smiechowski spent few laps behind Tomáš Pekaš. He was reading his racing line, and he knew very well that he can try in this very corner, and that's what he did, which means Julian Smiechowski right now, he is in second place ahead of Tomáš Pekaš, and wow, I'm excited to see what's going to happen next between Mirecki and Smiechowski, because suddenly we have 2 Polish guys racing each other for the race winner with 13 minutes to go, so still plenty of racing action ahead of us right now. Meanwhile, another battle is going on in the midfield, and this is some great overtaking at the moment. I believe that was Filip Zivok who just overtook Jakub Wondracek, and the fight goes on again. Filip Zivok behind the wheel of the orange and black Clio number 24, and Jakub Wondracek just behind him with number 11, and with the Czech flag on the roof of his car, the same one which has Tomáš Pekaš on the roof of his Clio car. And here we go again. This is already the fight for the first place between Smiechowski and Mirecki. but also Tomáš Pekař is in the game, and now he's trying to follow Julian Smiechowski, and he's trying to go around the outside around Timirecki. He was not successful, unlike Julian Smiechowski, who took the first place. So we have the new race leader right now, and as you can see, Julian Smiechowski is already trying to be defensive. He's trying to keep his racing line, and he is closing the door as much as he can to avoid being overtaken again by Mirecki. And this is some great racing again between these two Polish guys. Mirecki, the championship leader, Smiechowski fierce and dedicated and quick, but now losing the first place again, which means Smiechowski is in second, Mirecki is in the lead, Pekař is in P3, and behind him Paprota and also Wismik right now fighting each other for P4. This is another great battle of the two Polish guys, and I believe that Pavel Wismik has just overtaken Rafał Paprota, which means Wismik now is in P4. This is the battle between these two guys. As you can see here, Paprota in a white and red car, just behind Wismik, but we need to stay focused because this is the great battle for the first place, and I believe this will be super exciting to the checkered flag with 10 minutes to go. Again, Smiechowski finding his way, but this is not the right time. Maybe it's a good tactic for Tomáš Pekař, as he made a small mistake here. He was too aggressive on the curb, losing some time, but now he just needs to use the slipstream behind Mirecki and Smiechowski, and he's getting closer and closer again, so the fight is still open between these three guys for the race win. And now Smiechowski again going around the outside around Mirecki. Mirecki keeping the inside line. Very good defensive done by Bartolomiej Mirecki. Now Smiechowski goes off the track with the two wheels on the right side. And now it is free wide. It is free wide battle for the first place between Smiechowski, Mirecki and Pekař. And Smiechowski is the race leader after this bold move. Wow, this was again very, very exciting. And as I said, the Clio Cup Bohemia always delivers a great racing, great show for the race fans all around the world. Wherever from are you joining us live right now? One more time, welcome to Slovakia. Welcome to Slovakia Ring. This is the Grand Prix of Slovakia within the FIA Central European Zone Championship race weekend, and we just started the racing action with the first race of Clio Cup Bohemia, and I believe that you are being entertained as much as I am, because this is a great final showdown between these three guys for the race win. Again, great battle between Mirecki, Smiechowski and Pekař in the game again. There was a touch between Mirecki and Pekař, I'm sure of it, but do not forget we also have Pavel Wismik in the game. And again, if I take a look at the results, Pavel Wismik has not won race yet this season, and he also has the chance today. This is one of the most competitive races of the Clio Cup Bohemia in 2026 campaign, and I believe that the championship title fight is not over yet. Tomáš Pekař, I just wanted to say a few minutes ago, but I was interrupted by the race action, that maybe this is the best tactics for Tomáš Pekař to stay behind these two guys. Just stay back, wait and see, wait for the second to last lap, maybe to very last lap of the race, and then attack. Because if you take the first place too early, you can lose it so easily. In that way, it reminds me, for example, over racing, because you just don't want to be first so early, and in this cup racing it just works in a similar way. But now again another free wide battle over the horizon. This is just super exciting. Into that corner just after the horizon, these quick right-handed. This is something very special here on Slovakia Ring. Right now it is Tomáš Pekař in second place. So Tomáš Pekař overtook Julian Smiechowski. He is in P2 now, free wide again. And Miretsky is trying to hold his first place. It's the question if he is going to be successful. Yes, for the moment. But again, Smiechowski goes around Pekař. And Pekař is trying to find his way through the inside. At the same time, this is just amazing, amazing battle. And as you can see, we actually have, I'm sorry, like 6 cars fighting for the first place. Not only, oh no, we have car of the track and safety car is on. Safety car is deployed, which means the fight is over for the moment. It's number 12 and the colors of Carpex service. So it's, oh no, maybe red flag. Or maybe just track marshal being too enthusiastic. I believe the B is right. But we saw number 12 and that is Pavel Pajcka, one of the racers of Carpex service, which means that Pavel Pajcka also races for Carpex service, and the team boss Tomáš Pekař, who is fighting for the win in the meantime. And the interesting thing is that Pavel Pajcka is standing backwards actually, so I'm just curious what happened here to Pavel Pajcka and his Clio Cup car number 12. This is a bit extraordinary. But anyway, as I said, safety car is being deployed. This beautiful Toyota Supra is on the main straight, waiting for the race leaders, waiting for the racing field to be catched. We only have 5 minutes to go, which means I'm just afraid that we may not have a restart of this race. But let's wait and see. There is a chance that the track marshals will be super quick. Of course, we have very experienced and great track marshals here on Slovakia Ring, so we still have a small chance of having this race restarted. But honestly speaking with you, with 4.5 minutes to go, this is only a small chance. So we might have a safety car finish, which is absolutely disappointing, of course, for all of us. But it is like it is. Safety goes first, as always. But there is the Manitou thing, which can actually remove the car from the dangerous zone very quickly. So I'm not going to do any quick judgments here, because this might be actually very quick removal of the crashed car from the danger zone. So we might see the restart of the race after all, and I mean, that's all we want, right? That's all we want for the race final. That's all we want. Just give us one green lap. That's all we need for this great showdown to be decided. 3 minutes to go, and I'm watching the track marshals working quickly. I'm telling you, it looks promising, and I believe we will be racing again under the green flag again in this race. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Still plenty of time, and the damaged car is already behind the barrier. So I believe we are going to have at last one more green lap. We want to see the green flag again for the final showdown. We want to see the final battle in this race between Merecki, Pekaš, Smiechowski and the other guys within top 10, especially Pavel Vismik in P4. Pavel Vismik, he is doing so well here on Slovakia Ring. No win for Pavel Vismik this year so far. He only has 27 points in the championship standings, but here in Slovakia Ring, in Orechová Potoň, close to Dunajská Streda, maybe this is going to be the best race of the year for Pavel Vismik. As I said, safety car is back. Safety car enters the pit lane again, so we are going to have the final showdown under the green flag here on Slovakia Ring. So let's get ready, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go, and this is the final showdown of Clio Cup Bohemia Race 1 here on Slovakia Ring within the race weekend of the Slovakian Grand Prix. So it is Bartolomiej Merecki versus Tomáš Pekaš versus Julian Smiechowski, and also Pavel Vismik and Rafael Paprota in the game. So let's watch the top 5 racers, let's watch the top 5 cars in this race. This is going to be just amazing. 50 seconds to go, Merecki is in the lead, and potentially, of course, Bartolomiej Merecki can win his 3rd race in a row, which would be absolutely mesmerizing for him. But it just would be more bad news for Tomáš Pekaš, because he desperately needs to overtake Merecki and take this win to reduce the gap between him and Merecki. As I said on the starting grid, it is 47 points between Merecki and Pekaš right now, so Pekaš needs to do absolutely everything to keep his championship title chances alive. So it means he just needs to find his way ahead of Bartolomiej Merecki to win this race and to hope for some DNFs in the rest of the season for Merecki. But now let's stay focused on the big race final. Time is up. We have no more time in this race, so we are just waiting for the last lap of the race. And still plenty of time for Pekaš to try to find his way going over the horizon again. Here are the top 3 drivers, and now Smiechowski goes for the inside. This was bold move again by Julian Smiechowski, who takes the 2nd place for a moment, but now this is a great switchback done by Tomáš Pekaš, who is again in 2nd place. But the battle between Pekaš and Smiechowski just goes on. This was again very bold, very brave from the side of Julian Smiechowski, and now these two are fighting side by side for the 2nd place. And another a battle between these two guys for the 2nd place, and this is the best possible news for Bartolomiej Merecki, who is just making the gap between him and the rest of the field larger and larger. And there was a touch between Pekaš and Pavel Vismik, which means Pavel Vismik might be on the podium, but it is not very likely right now. So the race has ended now, the checkered flag is out, and Bartolomiej Merecki wins again. It's a 3rd race and 3rd win in a row for Bartolomiej Merecki. Julian Smiechowski takes 2nd place, Tomáš Pekaš in 3rd. Pavel Vismik, after all, it is only 4th place for Pavel Vismik. Rafael Paprota in 5th, Michal Primožič in 6th. P7 goes to Jörg Sodnik, P8 goes to Matic Presha, Martin Todt in P9, and then it is Luca Franca in P10. So these are the top 10 drivers after the 1st race of Clio Cup Bohemia here on Slovakia Ring. And again, what a race it was. It was absolutely amazing. We got the final showdown after the safety car period. We had one more green flag lap, and that's all we wanted to see. The great battle between the top guys at the very top of the racing field. And after all, again, it's Bartolomiej Merecki, the fastest, the bravest, the best, winning the 3rd race in a row. This was again absolutely great showdown by Bartolomiej Merecki, who is your race winner again. And it means that the points gap between the championship leader Bartolomiej Merecki and Tomáš Pekaš is now even larger. So those are the final results, or provisional results, shall I say, before the review of the sports stewards. But I believe It is just going to be like you see it now. So that was the first race of the Clio Cup Bohemia here on Slovakia Ring. I believe you had some great fun. I believe you were entertained. I believe you were amused, because this was again very, very special. And I can't wait to watch the second race of the weekend with you. So right now I say thank you very much for joining us live, and more races to come, including the GT Cup Series and the GT cars here on Slovakia Ring this weekend. So make sure you are following the Grand Prix of Slovakia. Thank you so much, and see you later.